Good morning, StoryTrading VIPs. It's Thursday, April 20th, action-packed morning. But the theme for today for me is when bad news is bad news. I think that's the phase of the market we're going in. We've been accustomed for so long to hear, oh, bad economic data. That's great because the Fed's going to lower interest rates and we'll be off to the races. I think we're in a different environment here for a number of reasons. But, the trigger, the final kind of straw here is Tesla. Or not the final, the initial straw. I'm trying to think ahead. So Tesla, their earnings were light. It was a little bit of a miss. Their margins are lower. The cash flows are lower. But also look at the price action. Look at where we are in the moving averages. It's below all the key moving averages. This does not look good. Okay, let's just switch to the weeklies here on Tesla. Okay, so all of your moving averages are out of the way, right? There's nothing to support this except these previous candles. What's this candle here? 163.91. So there's some support at 163.91. But there's a bigger issue here is the sentiment of the macro economy. Listen, I've been following a lot of Tesla bulls for a long time. And yesterday I heard some of them speaking and they were pretty bearish. They were pretty downbeat. And they were downbeat because they were channeling comments from Elon Musk about the macroeconomy. And Elon spoke a lot about the economy and interest rates, and it was really kind of low energy, and people were disappointed about that. So look, if Tesla's having issues, you think Apple's not going to have issues, right? Give me a break. I mean, I've been talking about Apple for a long time, and the shit hasn't hit the fan yet. Excuse my language, but it will. All right, it will at some point when people don't have enough money to buy the latest iPhone, and that's going to happen. So let's just see where we are on these. Apple's like near an all-time high. Isn't that crazy? So this has got to correct. 20 DMAs down here at 163. I'm just curious. I haven't even looked at the major indices this morning. All right, I'm making my bet here that we're entering a downtrend in the major markets, and I don't even need to look at the QQQ or SPY to make that bet. Okay, but let's look at it now. QQQ at 315.95. Oh, look, it's at a key level. It's touching the 20 DMA. Boy, is this dangerous, right? 20 DMA. If we close below that, look out below to 306. Let's see what SPY looks like. Okay, SPY. SPY is a little healthier, a little bit more room, more diversified, of course. So 408 is the level there, but QQQ doesn't look good. All right. So things, I think, going into a time period of risk, elevated risk, play that how you might, whether you do hedging or higher cash positions. But I'm not too excited about what the next series of earnings reports, big tech reports. I assume they're going to really start rolling in next week. I don't have the schedule right in front of me. Okay, so that's the story with that. Microsoft hasn't worked out for me, and I think I'm just going to bail on these. Are the last. I got to start winding down all my trades. I'm going to start liquidating everything. I already did. Yes, 2 more days to close things out, so I can transfer my trading money to our new hedge fund, which opens on May 1st. So in any case, Microsoft, I'm probably going to end up liquidating that today. All right, I'll get to Clearfield in a second. But first, AUGX, man, that was what a call this morning. Unbelievable. This thing was at $2 at 205, right? Right around here when I called it and I put it in the room, I'm like, man, they've had mind-blowing series of catalysts recently. So look, how do we do it story trading? We have a list of stocks that we're familiar with from before, 300 stocks here. AUGX was presented by James T. Knorr. So I know what they do. I hold James in high regard. So in terms of the company being legit, right? That's why it makes my list. And then they had this news about AI this morning, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I posted it. It was a very interesting news report about AI. But then the kicker was, and the stock was like around $2. Then I did a little more research, just went back in the news flow, and I was shocked to find out a couple things. All right, here we go. Starting March 27th, Augmentix reports strong commercial traction and sales momentum. And you can go in here and look, and they guided for a revenue increasing to a run rate of $10 million a quarter pretty soon. They're 8.8 million now. All right, but then what happened? A month later, which is just, wait a second, April 20th. Oh, that was today. Okay, I thought it was a few days ago. So they had 2 news releases this morning. So I looked at it. It was not only the AI with HCA, the collaboration with HCA, but HCA gave them financing of $12 million together with Red Mile Group. And if you read here, it says that this is enough capital to achieve positive cash flow without additional financing. And I've been telling you for a long time, this is the market we're in. This is what's going to move risk assets up and down, right? Whether they need financing or they don't, or if they get financing on good terms that will take them to the other side, then you get an explosion, right? So you had this significant news on top of the AI news, on top of the news from earnings. And by the way, HCA is a $76 billion company. This is huge. This is an inflection point for AUGX. All right. They got everything going for them right now. Fundamentals, catalysts, sentiment, and technical wise this morning, I was saying, hey, 52-week high. This is the first I was looking at. When it broke 250, I told you guys 52-week high is in play. 52-week high came and went, broke it this morning at 315, I believe it was. Unofficially 315, extended hours don't count. And then the next level here was about 343. Wow, we're on it right now. Where did I get 343 from? Must have had it somewhere. 343 is the top of one of these candles here. 343. No, that was 243. I'm sorry. It was 243. So it was 243. When it broke 243, then it was 315. You got some resistance of 4. But once this thing hit 100%, I'm like, forget about it. That's enough. All right. That's enough. Very rarely do you see stocks go up over 100% in a day. Although technicals look really good. Fundamentals, everything's inflected here. So this is something that should be looked into more. It might be good for a long-term IRA position. It might be something you can buy the dips on. The technicals look really strong here this morning. As far as day trading, I bet you there's going to be buy the dips probably will work in AUGX today because that strong partnership with HCA. And by the way, the revenue multiple is pretty good, not too expensive. Let's see, they're talking about 40 million. They're forecasting 40 million in revenue. And it was about 1.5 times sales was the revenue with no need for further cash to reach profitability. Now it's much higher than 1.5 times sales. Okay. But that's it, man. You just need one of these a month. Honestly, you just need one of these a quarter. And the liquidity is very high, 10 million shares. So that's how we do it at StoryTrading. All right. Other things to look at. Clearfield was down yesterday. I anticipate Clearfield will quickly, it's 43.51 now. I anticipate we'll see 45 to 46 today in rapid fashion at the open. This whole drop here was down in sympathy with CALX. Okay, let's look at CALX. CALX had earnings last night, and it was down sharply before the earnings report. So it was moving in lockstep. This moved down yesterday, and then they beat earnings. Well, you know, also COMM has been moving down, but COMM's a different animal. They have some debt issues, but it was really, I think CALX is a better comparison here. So it was moving down with CALX. CALX recovered, good earnings report, and fully recovered its price, and then some. So I believe Clearfield this morning will fully recover its price to about 45 plus shortly after the open. So that's a trade idea for you this morning based on this. I think their earnings are, I don't know, next week. Let's see when their earnings are. Oops, I don't have a date, but it's not today. It's not this week. Okay. All right. Other one, MSOS. This is the last day I'm holding this. I got to trade it today. The catalyst is today. There's an event in DC, Schumer speaking there. I'm hoping for some headlines to come out of that. I have to sell no matter what anyway, because I have a lot of other constraints. So I got to sell today. Today was a catalyst. So we'll see if that works out. Okay. Your key level here is a 20 DMA. And I was hoping this would break and we can make a move towards 6, but we'll see. Might not happen. All right. Continue to watch CJJD. I'm actually still in this one. I kept it. I don't know. I did some research in this and I just, seems to me it's gotta get claw back a lot of this move after that canceled offering. That's what it seems like, but something fishy might be going on over here. In any case, I'll be out of this today as well as I prepare to move my funds to the hedge fund. CSSE, I'm looking to sell this one soon as well. This morning they had some good news, so we'll see if that works out. But this has failed to break out of the 20 DMA. There's a list of stocks I was giving you, and they all failed to break out. getting blocked at the 20 DMA, the stocks that had high short positions. So things are kind of turning. It's not really breaking out. And now with the major indices coming down, it might not look good for risk assets right now. HIMS may be an exception. This one, it's already above all the key moving averages, high volume, big short position. I wonder how TDOC is doing, because this seemed to start moving with TDOC. Yeah. TDOC and HIMS really were moving together. So that sector is doing okay, except for DRIO. By the way, we're interviewing the CEO of DRIO, not the CEO, the president of DRIO, Rick Anderson, Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Okay, so hopefully we'll learn more about that. CJJD just got a little pop. I'll hopefully get out of that with a small profit. And then speaking of CEO interviews or management interviews, we interviewed the CEO of RELL last night, and that was a great interview, in my opinion. Look, no company's perfect. They have their issues. If they let go of their healthcare unit, the stock would go to $30 in a few weeks. They don't want to do that, so they're stuck here at 16. But nonetheless, even with that healthcare unit in the way, this looks like it could be a $50 stock in a few years. So I'm holding this in my IRA. Happy to be holding it in my IRA. A stock that I would consider selling puts on when the fund opens on May 1st. Okay. Just reminding you of the plays. QIPT, yesterday we interviewed Chris Tuttle from Tuttle Trades. It was Tuttle Trades episode 1. His ideas were long QIPT and short MBLY. I really liked his MBLY thesis, by the way. Really, especially now with the macro. Really, really, really like it. I wish I had trade money. I wish I could buy some puts right now on this. May 19th. When was the catalyst on that? I wrote it down here. It's April 24th is ER, and April 27th, the lockup ends. Okay, so April 24th and April 27th takes us to, what is that next week? That is, okay, earnings on Monday, lockup on Thursday. So you could really see this thing taking a dive next Thursday and Friday as Intel probably comes and starts selling some shares. So I love this idea. And I don't know, maybe I can find a few bucks somewhere outside of the hedge fund money on my own to play that, because I really like that idea. All right. Okay, what else we got going on? Gold and TLT are acting as a hedge, finally. So I'm holding gold as a hedge. TLT has been like a horrible hedge for everyone over the last couple of years. But now with, I don't know, our rates, bad economic data this morning, right? I think the unemployment number was like 5,000 more than expected. So maybe that's what's causing a bid in TLT, right? So even though there may be an expectation for lower rates, by the way, what's UP doing? Okay, it's about flat, but it did come down a little. Not enough volume to really tell. But maybe that's what's driving TLT this morning was unemployment. But I think we're in this phase where, yes, an expectation of lower rates because of bad economic data could help bonds, okay? But I don't think necessarily it's going to help QQQ and SPY. You have to have a period where the fundamentals correct. I mean, the stocks are overvalued. The big cap tech stocks are overvalued. And bad news is going to be bad news for big cap tech and maybe SPY for a while. That has to come down to account for this upcoming recession and unemployment that's happening. So you could see for a while what you normally used to see, that TLT was a hedge for the buy, right? The stocks down, bonds up, right? That's the way it was supposed to be. That's years, which threw everyone for a loop with bonds. That was crazy. So in any case, I think we're in that environment now. So TLT might be a good hedge. Gold, I think, continues to be a decent hedge. And that's all I'm going to cover today. You can see all the stocks I'm looking at, right, that have been performing a little bit well, like Assure, DermTech, Talk. I own all of these in my IRA, all 3 of those actually, but I'm on the way out selling Assure. Don't have too many left of that. And that's it. Let's just see. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow this morning because I didn't get much sleep last night. Unfortunately, had a rough night. But let's see. Buyer Crystal's price target to 10. Pep. All right, let's see if there's anything. That's conference schedule. 9 o'clock. Tusk. Tusk is an interesting one. I think Matt gave this to us. So, and let's just look. AUGX, BioCrest maintained at $14. There we go. CALX maintained at $75. Oh, TSM had earnings. I think they were mixed, I would say. Like a little bit of a beat, but I'm not sure about guidance. So, but it wasn't anything to tell you guys about, right? It wasn't a big number either way to have a play on it. I just peeked at the headline. So here it is, like 131 beats 120, but sales missed, right? So it was a mix. And I'm not sure about the guide, so I didn't see anything that popped out over there. All right, guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope some of you caught AUGX this morning for 100% gain. Clearfield might still give you a buck or two shortly after the open. Good luck. I'll see you guys later.